welcome and thanks for joining us from the Google office in Brazil to the session on how to improve customer experience with resilient cloud-native architectures. Customer experience on digital is a critical factor for business success, and the way you structure your cloud journey and how you architect your cloud solutions may directly influence the customer experience. In this session, you will learn the best practices that will help you to build resilient architectures and also to improve operational excellence in the cloud. Moreover, Banco BV will share their experience migrating a core banking application to the cloud, and also the highlights of the whole journey, from lift and shift to modernizing applications. I'm Marco Santos, and I work with Banco BV in their digital transformation journey using Google Cloud. With me, we have Marcos Lucilla, who is working a lot in this journey with Banco BV. Lucilla, tell us a little bit about yourself and Banco BV. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Marcos, and hi, people. How are you doing today? I'm very glad to be here, and I'd like to thank you, Google, for the opportunity to share some achievements. Today, I'm leading our journey to the cloud on Banco BV. I believe the future of business and technology must be together. Business today won't survive without embracing technology in their routine. This should be in the culture of every company. By the way, people and the cloud are key in this journey. If a company is not paving the way to the cloud, they might be paving their way out of business and attract nobody to work there. This is a reality that some companies are already facing. Thinking about that, BV signed a strategic partnership with Google Cloud, the first one with a financial institution in Latin America, focused on co-innovation. We are joining our expertise and deep knowledge about technology and the Brazilian market to transform business and to make lives easier. By the way, the Banco BV is one of the largest financial institutions in Brazil in terms of assets, and we operate in retail, corporate banking, asset management, and private banking. We are one of the leaders in vehicle financing, and through BVX, our innovation business unit, we are one of the main partners of startups. Banco BV is committed to ESG pillars, contributing to social development and reduce environment impact. I will give you some examples. We neutralize carbon emissions from all vehicles financed by us, and we are leader in financing solar panels projects. As you can see, our credit portfolio is 76 billions, and we manage 47 billions in wealth, all in Brazilian reais. Just for a reference, today, $1 is almost 5 Brazilian reais. This shows you how big our business is. Talking about our digital bank, it was launched in 2020, and in almost 2 years, we have more than 3 million customers. It is a significant growth compared with last year. Another product offered by Banco BV is the Banking as a Platform services, which is a bunch of financial services to boost startups and partners' ecosystems. It is an important part of our portfolio diversification as we are developing new services and improving the existing ones. We are known in the market as an easy platform to interact with. A good example is Pix, which is commonly service used in the market, and BV is increasing the number of transactions monthly. So now, Marcos, can you please tell us a little bit about resilience and architecture?
Thanks for the introduction, Lucilla. So resilient cloud architectures will improve the experience of your customer, while operational excellence will contribute to a much better time to market. As you will see on Banco BV's journey later, the migration was executed in a very structured way, because hope is not exactly a strategy, and we need frameworks to guide us during this journey to ensure success. One important framework is the Cloud Architecture Framework, which provides recommendations and describes best practices to design and operate a cloud topology that is secure, efficient, resilient, high-performing, and cost-effective. In this session, you will hear about operational excellence and reliability, but there are more sessions about the other pillars during next. All right, let's start with operational excellence. It sets the foundation for reliability, and some points are important to mention. First, observability. You should set up monitoring, alerting, and logging, not only for technical resource utilization, but for business-driven metrics that will help you to understand how your systems are supporting your business. There are 4 golden signals to monitor: latency, traffic, errors, and saturation. Observability also paves the way for having automated scalability. It only scales if you have good metrics. A culture of automation will improve the experience for the customers, but also for the developers. Automated deployments will from build to test. When a new code is committed, will help to validate the code, but also to deliver faster code, faster functionalities to your business. In Google Cloud, Cloud Build and Google Cloud Deploy can also help you with these functionalities. All right, let's move to reliability. Reliability is very important, and recommendations include the following: define reliability goals, build observability, design for high availability, create reliable operational process, having a collaborative incident management process, and building efficient alerts. Let's apply some of these concepts in a real architecture. So when a VM is used, it is possible to enhance availability by having multiple copies of that VM in multiple zones. Also, during the modernization journey, a monolithic architecture is broken down into microservices managed by GKE. So services can scale automatically according to the demand. And observability is important, right? So use managed services when possible. Cloud operations will help you to create dashboards, adding logging, create alerts for your application. And for managed services, for example, for databases, with Cloud SQL, which is a managed solution for databases, backup, patching, automatic restarts, they are done by Google. So, and you can also add replicas in different zones or regions to enhance availability even more. But you can choose other database types. So if you have a use case that requires a NoSQL database, you can use Cloud Bigtable. It is great for large operational and analytic workloads. If you need a document database, Google Cloud Firestore is a fully managed, scalable, and truly serverless database. And for a fully managed relational database with global scale, strong consistency across regions and continents, you can choose Google Cloud Spanner. So Firestore, Spanner, Bigtable, they come with 5 nines of SLA, global replication, without effort, and 0 maintenance downtime. Using managed solution, offload several reliability responsibilities to Google, while applying the best practices for reliability will reduce downtime, and in the end, it will improve customer experience. And now, Lucilla, tell us about a core banking app running on Google Cloud, as well as the BV journey to the cloud. Lucilla will tell us about the Pix application, one of the core banking apps migrated from the data center to GCP. Lucilla, what's Pix?
Okay, we will talk a little bit about the Pix application, a solution regulated by the Brazilian Central Bank. We have a video that will explain it, and it's subtitled in English.
Sua vida antes e depois do Pix. Sabe aquele monte de dados que você tinha que passar para alguém para fazer uma transferência e ainda não era garantido que isso ia acontecer no mesmo dia? Isso faz parte do seu passado. Agora é só fazer um Pix com a sua conta BV. Avisa para todo mundo que é só transferir para o seu número de celular, e-mail ou CPF. Você escolhe. E o melhor, é de graça e o dinheiro cai em poucos segundos. Não importa o dia e o horário. Cadastre seu Pix agora na conta BV.
If Pix is new to you, it was a revolutionary solution for Brazilians. It not only reduced the time taken for a banking transaction to complete, but it also opened several opportunities for customers and companies. According to the Brazilian Central Bank, in September, there were more than 134 million of Pix users and more than 1 billion of transactions. And Pix is available 24/7 without cost to people and can replace other payment options in several situations. The Pix application on BV grew more than 75 times in a short period of time, from hundreds of thousands to several millions of transactions. The solution was hosted in a data center where we had reliability and scalability issues. The migration to the cloud was very important so we could support our business growth and reduce the outages. Something was hurting us in the data center. And also, the developer experience was improved with automated pipelines, helping us to innovating faster. Now, our Pix solution is one of the most stable solutions according to the ranking from the Brazilian regulator. So, we have identified 4 aspects to understand how to grow exponentially with a relative no downtime. 1, check your business strategy. In our case, the increased transaction happened in a short time frame. This increase helped us to get new opportunities based on Pix to empower the banking as a services offering. Second, we had to validate if the technical solution would be fine to move to GCP by reviewing all the microservices architecture and the messaging. Believe, all new products needs to be checked if they work properly right for what you need. Use SRE to keep your eyes out of support. Leave this kind of problem to Google. Third, all the technical achievements are based on how you set up your goals of reliability. The less manual intervention, the better. Improve the auto-scaling capabilities, set requirements of performance, and check the level of availability and reduce ops. Fourth, keep your eyes on your business achievement. The time to market and diversification are the most important part of your solution. Look ahead for your customer confidence, check if you have some regulatory requirements, and all those things can boost quickly your results and bring revenue earlier.
We worked with Banco BV to understand their moment and what programs could be used to accelerate the cloud journey. Now, I'll bring you one more framework to set foundations. We use the Google Cloud Adoption Framework, which builds a structure around people, process, and technology, providing a solid assessment of where you are in your journey to the cloud, and also actionable programs that help you to get where you want to be. Banco BV started a migration factory doing lift and shift, which delivered business efficiency. And then they moved to a modernization program. Banco BV used refactor and replace as a strategy for new applications, which is helping them to get the most out of the cloud.
So let's talk about our journey to the cloud from the beginning. In the end of 2019, we signed an agreement with Google Cloud to be our main cloud provider. In the first half of 2020, we set the foundations and created the operational model of what should be migrated and how. In second half of 2020, we had the first workloads running on the cloud, and we got the credibility from the executives in our transformation, which was a very important part in our process and also to engage people from our company. At this stage, almost 1,000 applications were migrated to the cloud with the lift and shift strategy. To accelerate our transformation, in the first half of 2021, we brought together some YT capabilities and created the B Cloud program. As you can see, BV is our creative logo, which is the B. This team was focused on cloud adoption, considering process, change management, and how to deliver GCP products using the best-in-breed practice like FinOps and Agile, everything in compliance with BV standards. This program was fundamental to structure our way to the cloud. We used the Google Cloud Adoption Framework, starting with migration factor that was faster and easier. Therefore, we had to evolve to change factor, where we got the best from the cloud. Another framework used was the Google Cloud Architecture Framework, both mentioned by Marcos earlier. In the second half of 2021, our partnership with Google evolved to a next level, which includes code development and innovation, as I said in the beginning. This year, we are accelerating the change factor even more, using the platform to build or rebuild new applications directly on cloud. So our cloud program was a huge success, not only for the beautiful logo, but for our change management strategy. For example, training people with a range of different types, online and in-person classes, use different kinds of platform and providers. This was especially important because we are facing a shortage of YT professionals in our country. This training, I met to engage people to our transformation challenges and also to add skills to our teams. On top of the enablement, we run workshops internally and externally, public events like Connecta, which brings to the community close to the financial ecosystems. And finally, we have a gamification program where our teams will win some badges solving challenges. So guys, let's move to the end. Remember, the use of cloud potentials gave to Banco BV an opportunity to explore more competitive solutions with a fast scalability according to the business needs. With all available products in the Google Cloud, Banco BV was able to quickly set up new environments, some new components and applications. In terms of continuous improvement, after moving solutions to cloud, it is very important to keep track on the evolution. The business challenges and cloud products change all the time, and your solution must evolve to survive. Here, let's bring our eyes to the future. By the way, focus on native technologies for mastering the cloud. Spend more time to build your applications to be reliable and remain available according to the established service level objectives. Don't waste your time. Ensure that you are no ops. Spend your time developing new products and less managing solutions. Shift between sustain to innovate. And then, as you can see, the applications platform that we believe it is the development of microservices that will answer requests that together will be used to create applications meeting customer needs on all channels. As a result, you will have faster development, more time to focus on your customer and efficiency and on your business. So thank you all for your time. I will see you somewhere on the cloud and follow me on LinkedIn. I hope that I can share a lot of other knowledge with you. And I'd like to thank you, my team that had been supporting me on this session. You guys rocks.
Whoa, what an amazing journey, Lucilla. I'm sure there are many great achievements down the road and many things we can do together in this partnership. Moving to the cloud delivers a lot of value to the business, And when architecting your solution, the cloud architecture framework is a great friend to make the most out of the cloud. And it will ultimately improve customer experience. Thank you.